Well, I'm Jason.
And I'm dumb as hell.
And I don't do shit. Except films, you fucker.
He's not in Fight Club, is he? He's not. It's not one of the credits we're doing.
Why wouldn't he be in there?
Jules, you're just being difficult. Episode 2 of Robert Longstreet. We're talking about the powerhouse, hilarious comedy by Doug Limans of Swingers and the Bourne Identity.
It was his first movie right before Swingers.
Yeah, 2 years prior. Getting in.
Apparently, Jennifer Aniston was in the
running for the Kristy Swanson character or the Calista Flockhart character or what? She was going to be the lead?
In the Kirby Watts role. But there was some disagreements between him and the studio, so they forced Kristy Swanson.
They're like, wait, you're going to put that lady from fucking Leprechaun in here?
I want to go!
So the producers fired Jennifer Aniston. Said, get out of here.
We want Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Not Sarah Michelle Gellar.
You remember that scene where Kristy Swanson jumps on the main character, his lap, in the driver's seat, straddles him? They pull up and she gets over on him and they start kissing. She's riding on him.
Maybe.
She did the exact same maneuver in The Chase of the same year.
Charlie Sheeno?
With Chucko.
The movie that has more of a budget than this thing?
Mm-hmm. According to director Doug Limans, the title sequence where we see the cat chasing the mice or whatever.
Yeah. Is it a cat? I thought it was just like the mouse is...
It's a POV. It's supposed to be of the cat. He spent $500 of his own money. He brought the cat to chase the rats, but the rats ended up scaring the cat and chasing the cat. So he filmed that and then edited it later to make it look like the cat was chasing the rats or whatever. I don't know. In the late 90s, the movie was re-released on video with a new cover featuring Calista Flockhart and Matthew Perry. Obviously to capitalize on Ally McBeal and the Friends. This movie fucking sucks.
Is that me? Is that me doing me? I do find that it picks up a little bit.
It's interesting, kind of. It starts as one thing.
It's a flat movie.
And then becomes another thing. As soon as you see charcoaled Matthew Perry, it's like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
I laugh pretty good. It's kind of soulless.
It's star-studded. For people that are going to kind of become things.
Or people that have already had their time, like Kristy Swanson.
Yeah, I actually quite liked her in this movie.
Yeah, she's good. She's cute. We're going to be running up on Helen Slater and...
Pixie-ish.
Some action later on.
She's kind of got like a Backstreet Boy vibe.
Backstreet's back, all right.
Going on with her haircut and, what is she wearing? Like a jersey? I will say this. There's 2 moments in this movie where her character is supposed to be nude, and both times she's wearing like a bustier of sorts that's visible in the movie that undercuts the scenes a little bit. Like, I mean, props to her. She's like, I'm not showing my titties for this. But
not for this.
Twice it comes up where her character is supposed to be nude, and you can obviously see the bra or whatever. But in the one where they're outside, you see them from behind, and she's clearly supposed to be nude. It's a body double. But so the movie starts up, and we got a guy, I forget his name.
Whoa. We didn't do a synopsis. You're already getting into the scenes. You went from trivia to scenes.
And the movie's over.
Getting in. After flubbing his LSAT and landing on the Johns Hopkins acceptance waiting list, and risking the wrath of his controlling father, Gabriel Higgs, Stephen Mailer devises a plan to bribe his way to the top of the list with the help of his kind hacker friend Ron, Dave Chapelle. Along the way, he runs into a cadre of colorful college candidates that he must convince to withdraw from consideration. But Gabriel doesn't expect that someone else is even more committed to removing the other applicants by murdering them one by one as they work their way up the list, which includes Gabe's new love interest and the number 1 candidate, Kirby Watts. Kristy Swanson.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, yeah, God. Lord. It's...
hard to believe you'd get like a naturalistic film out of Doug Limans next time around.
You know what, big boy? You're grown up.
That this guy would go on to do Michael Clayton.
What? He didn't do Michael Clayton?
Who did Michael Clayton?
Not Doug Limans.
Tony. Gil.
Roy.
Anyways, the kid's got to get into Johns Hopkins because that's what men in his family do. And he's total fucking flibberty-gibbet, and he's not able to hold his shit together. and he fucks up the LSAT.
My attention drifted in this movie a lot. It was hard to stay focused on it. When his parents come over and they take out that tassel, like the family tassel, I missed what it was and just saw them holding it up. And I was like, is this like a foreskin that they passed down? This looks like a dick of some sort.
This is your penis now.
This is your great-great-grandfather's dick.
Mm-hmm.
And it will help you through the LSATs.
Mm-hmm. And he fucks it up. So they're like, you're on the waiting list now. And Dave Chapelle, I don't remember if they had mentioned this earlier in the movie, but it comes up later. He does not go outside.
Because things fall on him?
He once had something fall on his tricycle when he was a kid. So he breaks into the computer and he's like, hey, here's the list. You're number 6 and there's 5 people ahead of you. I mean, if you can figure out a way to get them to not want to go, ultimately you'll be in. Number 1 on the list is Kirby Watts. So he does what any rational person does, and he starts at the person directly ahead of him. And it is Andrew, what's his name?
McCarthy?
McCarthy, who's playing chess by himself. And he seems quite effeminate.
Oh, really? That's the vibe you're picking up on?
I am. I'm thinking, what's going on here? Because, he goes, I'll do anything you want to get you off this list. And so I'm thinking, maybe he'll reach
Back
around.
rub.
Right. And he goes...
You'll withdraw? Or not? Frankly, if you ask me, Johns Hopkins is a little overrated.
No, it isn't.
Why would you believe him?
But you are an imbecile. You should have started with the first person on the list, because if they accept the offer, it doesn't matter what number 5 or 6 does. I'm actually quite disgusted by the fact that I'm 5 on this list. You look like you're not.
You think so if he talks Kristy Swanson out of going to Johns Hopkins, then he gets to go?
No, but why would you start at number 5?
Yeah, because you're wasting your time.
Because if she accepts, it doesn't matter what 2, 3, 4, 5 do. You're 6. I assume it seems like there's only one spot.
Yeah.
So if she accepts it,
you might as well start at the top, work your way down.
Of course.
Otherwise, you did all that effort for nothing if she says no.
Right.
Okay.
He's also got the hots for her. It's mentioned.
She's hot.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
I want her to stake me in the heart.
Ooh, ah, ow, ooh, ah.
And what is that, Buffy?
Yeah, and I want to play basketball with Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm. And I want to look at Rosario Dawson's clitoris. Is something wrong with that?
Stop. I'm going to have to go somewhere.
Yeah. No, you don't have to go anywhere. So he goes, well, yeah, I better do that. And then also, I like her.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he knows her. She wears stupid clothes.
Yeah, she's a b-baller.
You have any thoughts on Christine Baranski as mom?
She's fine.
She's kind of hot. It's wild that she's been old for so long. Was
she on Just Shoot Me?
No, that's Wendy something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is this lady on?
She was on Sybil Shepherd's sitcom in the 90s. And I thought she was like her drunk friend.
I know you're a vegetarian, but tell me, are snails meat?
Okay.
And I thought she was pretty hot on there, but she already looked kind of old. Then she's in this. Now after this, far, far way down the line, she was in The Good Wife, which is weirdly fantastic for several seasons. And then she's been in The Good Fight for like the last 6 years, the spinoff.
What's that British show?
With Delroy Lindo.
Absolutely Fabulous?
She looks like the Ab Fab lady? A bit.
A little bit.
She's got that weird little pushed up nose.
Low Brit.
Low Brit.
She's fine. I don't know.
I've always kind of had the hots for her.
I was thinking the dad is the dude from Article 99, briefly.
No. Who?
The administrator? The dad from Say Anything?
Mahoney?
Yeah.
You thought he was Mahoney?
I want the chair I was sitting in the night you called me to tell me I had a grandson. I want the chair I was in all those nights when your mother used to wake me up with a kiss after I'd fallen asleep in front of the television. I still fall asleep in it. And every once in a while, when I wake up, I still expect your mother to be there ready to lead me off to bed.
Just slightly.
You're stupid.
I'm a fucking idiot. And fuck. They're like, oh, you got in. And he's like, but he doesn't deny it.
Well, he says, no, I didn't get in. And they stare at him like, oh, you're so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Everybody knows
I'm a terrible character in this movie.
Known for my sense of humor.
So he goes to meet lady, Kristy Swanson, and she's at a blood drive. So he's given blood inadvertently. She doesn't talk to him really on the first pass, so he goes back to give more. And she's like, oh, you probably shouldn't be doing that. And he passes out. And then he goes, I wanted to ask you. And she's like,
How would you feel about...
You know what? I'd love to.
You would?
Mm-hmm. Why don't you pick me up tonight at 7? Tower 606?
A date?
sure,
He's a
okay.
cute guy.
You
I
know?
will say, I thought this is the whole movie. He's a cute guy.
Hmm. She wants to shrink him down into a little man and put him in her purse.
Oh, I thought you were saying her vagina. Would you want to be stuffed in there?
Her purse?
In her vagina?
No.
I kind of want that.
Hmm.
That's probably some weird residual stuff from being born. That's some mommy shit.
Yeah, it must be. And he goes, I got to go somewhere else, though, to convince Matthew Perry not to be on the list. He drives to, like, Connecticut or something. And Matthew Perry's a total D-hole.
Yeah. Doesn't Matthew Perry, did he have an eating disorder or just a drug problem?
Maybe both. He seems like he was a chubbo boy
Yeah, because
that lost it.
he's more handsome in Friends, and Friends is only like, what, a year later?
Could be.
Now people are going to call us and be like, Friends came out in 2006.
And we're going to hang up on him.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Seinfeld is from 1970.
So Matthew Perry's looking a little chubby. He was dating a girl who's supposed to be a nerdo, but she's kind of cute.
She is cute. They weren't dating. He was like fucking her for her papers or
Yes,
what?
dating.
I don't think he would.
Because he breaks up with her.
Are you dumping me?
No, usually I don't like to use that word, but in this case, it's just so perfectly apt.
Yeah, but he's like implying that what they did was
I know what he thinks, but
Okay.
she was under the impression that they were dating.
She's coming on hard. Like, she's trying to fuck him.
Yeah,
and
she's
he's
like,
just
let's go to the sock hop or whatever. And he goes, nah.
Yeah, he's so mean.
So she leaves. Homeboy shows up and he's like, I'll pay you. I only have 11,000. He wants 40.
What's today, Tuesday? I'll give you till Friday to give me the other 29,000. And if I don't get it by then, I'll call Johns Hopkins and tell them about your little offer.
That's blackmail.
And this is bribery.
He leaves and things are sort of happening. Matthew Perry's attention is being drawn out to another area. He goes to investigate. Hand does something with the vial he was looking in. And he comes back and he puts a thing in it and it starts his sleeve on fire.
Well, he's sabotaging that girl's work. Like,
Yeah, that too.
He's a real bad guy.
He's a real piece of work.
He got what he wanted out of her, and now he's sabotaging her so she doesn't get anything good.
Yeah. And so he's standing there looking at his arm on fire. And he casually walks over to a shower thing.
The chemical cleanser. Like, if you have chemicals, you go over there and you douse yourself with the water.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't mention that we saw a nondescript arm switch the propane line with the water line.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, yeah. The propane line and the water line are right next to each other going into the lab.
Sure.
And there's a switch of tubes real
Sure.
quick. So
Yeah.
that's what happens next.
So yeah, he pulls the cord and nothing happens, and he's just like, I'm on fire still. And he pulls it, and then he pulls it, and he pulls it, and then just a flame shoots out and burns him to death. To black. He's a black, burnt, crispy remains of a man.
Yeah. Cremains?
Thinner, oddly enough.
Oh, did
All that fat burned away.
the he got him?
Uh-huh. And then the main guy goes to visit Calista Flockhart.
Did you see Thinner? What does he have to do with that pie? Does he have to eat the pie to
I
kill
never
himself
saw
at the end?
I didn't see it. And she's a total bitch.
Yeah, she sucks.
A lady's like, hey, I need that book. And she's reading a magazine in the book.
Yeah.
I don't care. So he comes up, look, I'm going to pay you if you drop out.
Yeah, she won't acknowledge him. She's like, get away from me. She thinks he's flirting with her.
Oh, and he also stole a painting of his like great-great-grandfather and sold that for a lot of money.
Why would anybody want that?
And Dave Chappelle's like, God damn.
I'm not
I
killing
hate
you for
trans
this money.
You know?
Yeah,
And,
that is what he says. I've had friends that are trans.
I hate them.
And we can all agree.
They stink.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
He sounds like a racist person be like, I got black friends.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought one of the ancillary doofuses standing around was the other guy from Half Baked.
Jim
Harlan
Brewer?
Williams.
Oh.
Young.
Yeah.
I was like, of course, this is how they met.
I don't think they're friends.
No.
You know Harlan Williams used to write kids' books back in Canada?
So, he gives Calista money. She goes home. She's a total bitch to her roommate.
He growled at me. He also shit in my new shoes.
So? They look like shit anyway. Now, could you be quiet? I'm on the phone.
And she orders a pizza, but it comes with mushroom, even though she wanted pepperoni. But she relents and she eats it and dies.
Yeah.
Because it's
What kind of
poisonous.
quick acting poison mushrooms are those?
And then the dog eats it, so he must be dead too.
I like how they end on that shot of the dog just wolfing down the pizza.
Well, because she gets off the couch and she does like her hands are up and she falls forward like a cactus.
And her roommate's like, I'm just going to ignore
I heard a
this.
thud.
I think doesn't she look at her and she's like, I don't care, fuck this lady.
No, she's in her room. She hears the thud and she looks back at the door like, no, you know what, fuck her. And then we see the dog on the mushrooms and presumably it dies too, even though they don't mention that. So now main guy talks to Kristy Swanson and he's alluding to the fact that there's a guy doing what he's doing. And she goes, well, that sounds like a creep move, but you know what? If you don't take the money, I won't accept it. I'm going to Cornell.
Let's snitch him out. Fuck this guy.
So if you don't accept the money and I step aside, presuming that you're higher on the list than him, you'll get in. And he goes, you do that for me? I'm not even a hunk golden, you know? And she goes, yeah, I don't care. I want to have sex with you.
I mean, she just explained that was her plan all along, was to go to Cornell.
Cornell. She's got a scholarship. She couldn't afford Johns Hopkins to begin with.
So she's not doing anything for him.
No, she's just like, I will tell you that I'll do this to alleviate your stress. Because you're high-strung like a motherfucker, you know? But also, I want you to put your penis inside of my butthole without lubrication.
Wow.
I want a real irreversible moment. So he is now elated. They go to his parents' house because he's supposed to meet the pool guy, but the pool guy's not there. And they strip naked, and they go to play in the pool. But his family's there doing a surprise party.
Yeah.
And they're just standing there butt naked.
I think that's pretty great.
And this is the first moment where you see she has a white bustier on.
Oh, I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, big time. And she's supposed to be nude, though. His dad's like, I'm not happy about this, but, you know, whatever. I'm dealing with the fact that a painting was stolen, apparently.
Okay, number one, this movie picks up when the murders start, in my opinion. I was pretty bored, and I found that I liked it maybe 50% more.
Because really, for me at least, I was asking the whole time while it's happening, I'm like, whoa, is there murder in here? This is definitely different than what I thought it was going to be, and at least somewhat more interesting. I don't want to watch a movie. This feels like what's that John Cusack movie where he's cross-country hitchhiking to go to school and he's with a lady and they fall in love? What? It feels like that. Like
all the wrong moves?
The sure thing.
My whole life I never had a sure thing.
All we're going to see is him interacting with these fuckos. But no, there's murder.
Yeah, I don't care about his lifestyle and being stressed about getting to Johns Hopkins.
No.
But once him and Kristy Swanson are kind of dating and running around naked, which is great, and then the other people are being killed off one by one, far more interesting, still not a good movie.
Yeah, because
also as his parents, I would be like, hey man, cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that you brought this girl. She's cute.
Yeah.
And you guys are naked.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, so he goes to talk to the next person and he catches wind of the fact that the two other folk that he met...
Oh, is it the girl that works at the library?
Yeah.
I was going to say, who the fuck else is left? But yeah, the library girl.
Valerie Bookbinder?
Yeah.
I'm Gabriel Higgs. You're on the Johns Hopkins waiting list, and I'm prepared to offer you money to drop off.
Pay me. Will that be cash or charge?
I'm not interested. And at this point, we see Andrew McCarthy kill her.
Where's Robert Longstreet? Isn't this the sequel? No, it's later still.
Well, no, this is it. Because so first, she's pushing a cart going around clearing books and shit that are left in these little vestibule cubbies where people are reading.
Yeah.
I thought Robert Longstreet was the guy reading the book because he gets up and leaves and she takes the book and then she takes his glasses and she takes his cup, just cleans the fucking thing out. You say he's the guy reading the newspaper, that he gives him $100 to read it.
Yeah, because that's him and they interact and you see his face. Are you crazy?
I don't know or necessarily care about him. So it's like, I thought the guy that just looked like a random guy was him.
No, he's got a speaking role.
Hey, do you mind? Let me see that?
I guess.
So she's like, no. He goes off to a different part of the library? Where does he go?
I think she leaves him and goes back into the catacombs. So he sees the newspaper and...
If you want a newspaper, you go and you buy your own. Here!
And reads it and he's chasing.
He realizes people are killing the other people.
Character's name! He's yelling it everywhere and she's just walking around.
Okay, so while he's down there, Andrew McCarthy's talking to her while she's throwing garbage down the garbage tube to the dumpsters?
Well, I mean, I guess, but also books because she was grabbing books from tables.
What are you doing?
An unusual oversight on my part. I inadvertently disposed of a volume to which I must yet refer.
You mean you threw out a book?
And he goes, oh, I think I dropped a book down there. Can you look? It's right on the ledge. She goes, yeah, all right, I guess.
Why wouldn't he just do it?
And there's also a lady at the bottom of the chute.
Yeah, what's she doing down there?
I don't know.
Because there was also a murder at the very beginning where somebody was digging through the dumpsters.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find this ream of paper that has MCADs on it.
I thought they were just homeless.
It seemed like it, but they found that
then they found the
college
yeah,
sheet, and then somebody smashed him.
Smash on his head. And
I guess that was Andrew McCarthy getting started on killing.
I guess, because he goes, oh, you got a copy of the list? And apparently he must have had one because he knows everybody on there.
Oh, okay, so maybe that's how he got it.
Must be the ream.
But that's before they even did the testing. It was the beginning of the movie. No, whatever. It doesn't matter.
So he throws her down the chute,
shoves her right down.
Impales herself on a
spikes. What were those spikes doing there?
I guess somebody was done with them.
That's good.
And she did. And he goes down. Oh no! And he touches her a little bit. And they're like, "Hey, quit fingering the body!" And he runs away. So now he runs into Andrew McCarthy in an elevator because he's now actively a suspect. And Andrew McCarthy chokes the fuck out of him. You know, you're not going to do shit. I'm framing you for all these murders.
The gods placed you in my path. Moments after I learned from Johns Hopkins, I'd been relegated to the waiting list.
No hard feelings, I trust. I mean, we do still have one more murder to commit.
That's right, your own Kirby Watts.
And I'm going to kill your lady too, but it's already been set up, so you can't do anything. What if I turn myself in? He goes, ain't gonna do shit. She's already dead, you know? So he calls Dave Chapelle and he goes, you know, dude, I'm quite disappointed in your late period career, personal life. You know, you really
let us all down
shitting
after
on your legacy there.
Being our hero for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. And he goes, all right, I'll go over and I'll help her because she's a real woman.
Oh, fuck!
But he's apparently never left this room.
You mean go out?
Where's the bathroom? The bathroom must be connected to that room.
There's a vending machine in there. We didn't catch wind of who he is or what he does, but so he's shaky and he's trying to get out and all the nerds stand up.
Hey, Rom, where are you going?
I'm going outside, but you never leave, you know.
Didn't you also like kind of hope that he was just going to round up the nerds to save the day?
Mm-hmm.
They're all like looking up to him and they want to know what's going on. But we have to save the life of this girl.
Right.
Nerds?
No. So he makes it to the building she works at, and...
Is that where she works? I thought, isn't she at home when she almost dies?
No, yes, but he goes to where she works, but a guard has already got her, and he goes, we got to get out of here, because this boy, who she finds out that he's the one bribing, because they're humping in his car, and
she finds the bag of money.
A bunch of money falls on her, and so she doesn't want anything to do with him. So the security guard cop maybe comes up and he's like, hey, you're in trouble. Come with me. And then they go to her apartment and he's posted up outside. He runs into Dave Chapelle now back at the dungeon, wherever he works or lives. And he goes, you know, I got to save her. And Dave Chappelle's like, okay. He goes, but I can't be seen, you know, because everybody wants me for murder or whatever. And he goes, I can't go back outside. And he goes, yes, you can. And so he does. And he's crawling on the ground and shit. He goes, damn it, nobody's going to fall on your tricycle again or, you know. He ends up going there, the main guy ends up going there anyways, and the cops see him and they're chasing him around, and Dave Chappelle's crawling on the floor.
And at one point he's like, I figured out how he kills the people.
Yes.
Matthew Perry's character was Steve Gas. And
Steve
he burned him with
Burnside
gas.
or some shit, yeah.
Calista Flockhart was Jenny Mushrooms
Morrell.
And killed her with the mushrooms.
And Dave Chappelle goes, Morrell's a kind of mushroom.
Oh, man. And that girl he threw down that tube, she was Spike
Her name was Bookbinder. And I guess, you know, but Trisha Watts. Kirby Watts. She's going to get gunned down in a mugging gone wrong in Watts, California. I got to
kilowatts.
Go save her.
Kilowatts.
Yeah, she's going to be electrocuted.
Electricity.
And so Dave Chappelle's outside of her apartment, and the guy's running around, and Andrew McCarthy comes in. He goes, oh boy, I'm on the list too. I thought maybe there'd be strength in numbers.
I rushed down here from Princeton seeking refuge in numbers. I feared you may have been dispatched by the unfortunate maniac.
So why the tux?
Maybe I look good in black.
And she goes, yeah, except I know you're a bad guy because you're totally being a bad guy.
But she did flip the switch, right, and start to get electrocuted, and then he chops the circuit breaker?
There's no switch.
What?
the electrical current is hooked up to an alarm clock.
Oh, yeah.
That's going off. And sparking quite profusely from behind, but apparently not from the front. And so, yeah, she grabs it. The power's going wobbly.
But we don't ever see her get zapped. And the next time we see her, she doesn't seem like she's been zapped.
She stands up. She's laying on the floor from, like, behind the bed. All of a sudden, she just stands up. So she's not by the dresser that the clock was on.
She got launched.
She's just, yeah. And so Andrew McCarthy's like, oh, you're perfectly fine. Interesting. Okay. Because the guy cuts off the power.
Yeah.
And he just starts strangling her on the bed.
Yep.
And he goes, I'm just going to kill you. And he goes, oh, you're dead. Okay. And he gets up and the main guy jumps in and he goes, you're too late. She's dead. And he starts administering chest compressions.
Yeah.
But the cops come in, freeze, no, save her. And then the cop starts doing her and she comes back to life. And Andrew McCarthy's like, oh. And she's like, he's the bad guy. And the cop goes, freeze, Jacko. And he goes, no, I'm going to jump off this balcony and kill myself.
Yep.
Except Dave Chappelle's crawling around on the ground and he jumps off and apparently lands on Dave Chappelle.
Okay, so doesn't it seem like they're doing Chapelle pretty dirty here? Like he's trying to help. It's not really working out for him, but it kind of seems a little mean that they drop a body on him.
Well, and he lives.
Yeah. But somehow McCarthy dies?
Yeah, he's dead.
How does that work?
I don't know. He lands on Dave Chappelle and dies, but Dave Chappelle is fine. So...
Well, I mean, look at Sean Young falling off that balcony and smashing her back on the glass table and somehow broke her neck.
And dies, but is still breathing. It's like, whoa, this is a crazy scenario.
What happened to the magic of the movies?
So they're like, okay, he tells his folks, I don't give a shit about John Hopkins. I'm not going or whatever. And he storms out. But then we jump to John Hopkins and they're doing roll call. And they go, last name of the main character. And a hand goes up, but it's Kristy Swanson.
What's up with that? So he's paying for it, but she's going to school under his name?
They're married.
Oh, that's what's up? Oh, I kind of like that. I didn't get that.
She had a ring on her finger.
Wow, I didn't get that.
Yeah, they didn't really explain that.
No.
Or how much time has gone by.
I think just a couple of months.
That they are able to reconcile. Because he did lie to her and get married. And then she also, because she's still on the waiting list, gets into John Hopkins.
And then
Johns Hopkins, sorry. He's a botanist.
I remember when he keeps fiddling with that flower.
He touches leaves. But at the end, he's doing a sermon outside, and he keeps touching the tree. It's like,
I'm not going to be a doctor. I fucking love flowers.
Yeah.
Flowers fucking rule, Dad.
Really, I just want to grow weed and peyote.
I don't think he does. I think he just likes
Don't
flowers.
Don't judge me. That's what he says.
It's like, good for him. What a fucking dick dad, where it's like, your son is nerdy for plants, and you're going to treat him like he's a piece of shit?
Here's the thing, though.
He doesn't want to be a stand-up comic or a writer.
You see, this is like a trope. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. But you see this a lot, where they're like, go to med school, and the guy really doesn't want to. It's always a guy.
Yeah.
He really doesn't want to. I'm thinking like, yeah, if you don't want to be a doctor and like save people, then you probably shouldn't be a doctor.
Yeah, and that's too much commitment unless you really are into it.
Like, I don't love my job, but they pay me well enough and it's easy enough to do.
Okay, but what if you had to go to school for 20 years straight in order to do that job?
Well, that's what I mean.
And then you didn't get to sleep. You just did like 18-hour and 24-hour shifts doing it.
And fuck all that. What if people's lives were dependent upon me?
Yeah.
You're going to want me to be like, put my foot in it.
You know, people's lives depend on me and my work. Yeah. I could put poison in their food and they all
die.
their
lives don't depend on you, but you could murder them.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I could easily murder a lot of people too.
What?
And the movie's over.
Yep.
And it's,
Doug Liman's first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Swingers and Go are both so much better than this.
I think Grind and Love and Other Catastrophes are better than this.
Oh.
No, I don't. But it feels like Love and Other Catastrophes. This feels like, I'm sure this isn't the case. I'm sure a lot of them were paid actors, but it kind of feels like a college movie.
I think I like this more than Love and Other Catastrophes. I think Grind might be worse. Wait, I think I said the same thing twice. This is better than both of them.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just joking.
Okay.
But it feels like a college, like they're all college friends making a movie. much like Love and Other Catastrophes, but I'm pretty sure
That's not the case at all.
No,
these are all professionals.
Yeah.
I don't think they even like each other.
Who is this movie for?
Me at age 10, because I'm pretty sure I saw this. I'm quite certain I saw this.
You're 10, you're getting high, you're watching Comedy Central.
No, I think I probably specifically saw this because it was on Comedy Central.
I was going to say, this feels like it should have been, but I don't ever remember it being on there.
I think everybody's distracted by PCU, but they forgot that Getting In was also on there.
Yeah.
I think I probably, maybe, if I didn't see it there, I might have searched it out because I liked Matthew Perry. I know, right? I liked Matthew Perry.
Okay.
I really was hardcore into Friends. That was about the funniest show in the world for about 2 years.
Good night, folks.
Yeah. What do you rate Getting In?
A 5.
You hated it a lot and you give it a 5?
I mean, I didn't necessarily like a lot of the material. The tone was a little bit all over the place. And I didn't like the main character, but I loved Kristy Swanson. Yeah. I thought she was great in here. Matthew Perry, I don't like, but he was good in this.
Because he's a shitbag?
He seems like a fine gentleman. I just don't like his acting style.
Okay.
That he's always fucking Chandler Bing.
Could he be any more Chandler Bing?
No.
Okay.
He couldn't. Calista Flockhart was actually a nice little surprise. I don't really know her pre-Dawson's Creek. I'm joking. But I don't remember the name of her show.
Bone Squad.
Yeah. She was dating Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on Bone Squad.
You know, he was also dating that one lady and she's dead now?
Yeah.
She drove really fast in her car.
I know. She was also a member of the Bone Squad.
Mm-hmm. The Bones Brigade.
No, it was called Bone Squad. Pumpkinhead was in there.
Was the lady from The Practice in there?
Yeah. Lara Flynn Boyle.
Lara Flynn Boyle?
Yeah. Bone Squad.
She turned sideways and you're like, where'd she go? Because she's paper thin. What did you give this movie?
10.
Okay. I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I didn't like it. Five's a good number.
It's fine. I didn't like a lot of it, but aspects of it were fine.
I was so bored for a while, and then it picked up a bit, and I was like, okay. And then I was a little bit invested in them. And then I was like, this is stupid, and I think Andrew McCarthy sucks. And then I looked at IMDb, and Andrew McCarthy seems like he must suck. You ever look at his IMDb? He had like a run where he was like charming.
Mm-hmm.
He was Andrew McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this movie, he tries to be a different character. And you're like, I don't like that.
Honestly, I thought he was pretty good in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about when they show his dead body at the end? You like that?
That was really unnecessary. And so silly.
There's some sort of movie where he has like a goatee and some guns. In like the late 90s, and I was like, okay, I wonder if Andrew McCarthy had like a drinking problem.
Well, all them boys had problems.
All them boys, they got their problems.
You know, Spader.
Spader? You think Spader's got problems?
He had problems.
You thinking of Slater biting people? I don't know if Spader had problems.
Yeah, he had some issues.
Ding!
Seems like it. Who knows?
I don't know.
It's the 80s. 90s.
It's crazy how handsome he was, and then
Spader?
Yeah, you don't think? Oh shit! You don't think so? Oh, I thought Spader was super handsome. Well, different strokes for different folks.
Now, when Eric Stoltz,
what?
he's an uggo. I love the guy, but
I don't know if I'd say he's ugly.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 and 5. You don't even know Robert Longstreet in this movie. You're like, I don't know. I think he was the guy in the book nook.
I can't give him a number.
He was in the book nook. Give him a 10.
The guy in the book nook, I give a 10.
Okay.
The guy with the newspaper, I give a 0.
Wow.
So unless he's both characters, he is not rating too high in my book.
I mean, I'll give him a 6. I thought he brought like a good energy to that stupid little scene. Pretty much every time I see Robert Longstreet in these little podunks that we've been watching, I'm always like, oh, cool. We actually get to spend a snippet of time with him. He's not a background player. He's not got one line. He's there for a minute.
Yeah, the thing for me is I just don't see him as anything other than what I've seen him in, which has only been that one thing, 2 things. But he's just been an old guy in both of those, so I didn't think anything necessarily particularly highly of him. He wasn't bad. He's just a face in the crowd.
Like the Andy Griffith movie?
Movie?
Face in the crowd?
I've never seen it.
Okay. Listen, one of the reasons I like Robert Longstreet, he's in this movie where he like owns a comic shop. And like a girl he meets disappears, and he goes and like does detective shit. It's like that Cold Storage movie,
movie,
it's
which
like
I
that.
like.
Yeah,
but I don't like that other one.
There was another one.
The one you're talking about.
You didn't see that one. It was good.
I gave it a 2.
Okay, we'll be back next week with The Week That Girl Died.
Is that the comic book movie?
No, that's not for a long time.
So he's in 2 movies where girls die?
She didn't die.
Kind of seems like a
She's just missing.
pattern for me.
Think he kills these ladies?
And you find the body. I don't know.
Man, at a certain point, he's in a bunch of shit.
Okay.
They're interesting choices.
I'm fine with that.
God damn it. All right, Robert Longstreet series canceled. We're doing Will Oldham. I bought all these fucking DVDs.
Jesus Christ.
You know how many DVDs I bought in the last month?
Of what?
Ding-a-ling-less?
What?
The Pigs?
What the hell is that?
Ball of Wax?
What are these? What are these movies?
That
Why did you buy
Ray
these?
Liotta TV
He's
thing?
in them?
Robert Longstreet's in those 3.
Oh.
Do you know why I bought Ball of Wax?
It was on sale?
He's a cop voice.
Who?
Robert Longstreet.
Oh. A cop
We're going to watch
voice?
it. Cop voice.
So he's like, somebody's off camera, freeze.
I don't know.
Oh, God. All right, well, whatever.
Wait, we got to do the things.
Yeah.
Tell him. I'll do the number. You do the other
Okay,
things.
we have Facebook. We have Reddit. We have YouTube. We have Gmail. We doing filmographies and all that shit. Do filmographies on Twitter. And we got a phone number for you to not call.
763-634-1897. Oh my God, did you just call us at 763-634-1897? No, do you know how often people call us?
Never.
Never, so the phone number expired.
Yeah.
Then I had to go reclaim it. Well, I've been Jason.
And I've been Jules.
We did filmography.
We did.
We Doing Filmographies is proud to be a part of the Now Playing Network. Find other great podcasts at nowplayingnetwork.net.